This is UK Dancehall Review. Welcome to UK Dancehall Review. I'm Vilicious.
And I'm Sasha.
Today, we'll be reviewing the BUZWAKK Quarantine Showcase.
Part 2. Okay, before we get into the video, I just want to do a quick shout out to Princess Tia Design for designing
our lovely
Exhibit A, Exhibit B. Okay, this wasn't designed by Princess Tia.
Oh, it wasn't?
Design,
Oh,
no.
okay.
But Boom Boom was, and we absolutely
love it. As we're aware, BUZWAKK did have 2 nights, dancehall and reggae night. So as we're UK Dancehall Review, we will be reviewing the dancehall night.
Only.
So, time. The timing for me was, I think it was okay. I know it was meant to start at 6, but I was thinking 6 is a bit early. And he did communicate it on Instagram that it was going to be an hour later. So for me, that was okay. And obviously, I was going to be taking part. So, for me, it was like, cool. Yeah.
The time was atrocious. Okay, it was despicable. I think 2-3 hours later was when it started to the initial time. Production for me was not the best. It's actually one of my least favorite production that I've seen in all the showcase. But being there on the scene, because I was one of the hosts for the night of the dancehall edition of the BUZWAKK Quarantine Showcase, I did enjoy it. But I can imagine for the people at home, it wasn't so much fun, because I got a lot of people messaging me saying the quality on Instagram they can't see, or on YouTube they can't hear, they can't see, it was shaky, etc. And I had to go live because I want people to enjoy the show as well, and it was kind of getting annoying, people saying they can't see. So I went live to try and rescue that situation. So the production wasn't great from the social media world, but in the building, production was good. Yeah.
So definitely when I was on my way there, watching it from my phone, I was thinking, okay, yeah. But I have to say that once I got there, it looked completely different than it did on the screen. For me, it really actually felt like a set where, you've got your special area for this kind of people. It wasn't like a running thing. So I think to that extent, there was some organization there. So I feel like when things are kind of set where people know where they're supposed to be, that's a good start. So when I got into the building, I was like, yep, this look like we're ready.
So viewers or numbers, because it's live and we're in this era of live, Insta Live, YouTube, Facebook Live. Unfortunately, I can't tell you guys what the viewership was like because I didn't have access to that information.
I looked at it at one point, it was around 80 something on Bucky Joe's Instagram.
Oh, that's good.
I feel that if all the streaming networks were being used adequately, everything set up, he would have had a lot more viewers, because I was on the previous showcase and there was over 200 people watching from Facebook alone.
Yeah.
So I do feel that kind of let the whole thing down, just not having that kind of streaming facility to, ensure that everything's going on.
I think you're right, because with the amount of acts, and we will talk about acts later, the amount of acts that were present in the show and they have their own fans, it should have been a crazy turnout.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah.
I think what he should have done was just stream it from Instagram. You know what? I don't know of anyone who really stood out for me. But I do feel that Kofi Brain looked like an artist when he was performing, and just the way that he was dressed. He wasn't just in a jeans and t-shirt like everybody else. And I think that made him stand apart.
I feel like Kofi Brain, you can tell that he did make an effort. He didn't overdo it, but you can tell that he made an effort. But even the bag, you could tell that was a part of the plan. So it looked neat and everything in his outfit. But the 2 people that stood out for me, it's one, DJ Dio. No, it's the Lord Boss, because he was an artist. Lord Boss, because he was in this denim jacket kind of suit, and
that one that he's in the video in.
Yes.
Oh, because I was thinking he looks nice. Was that what he wore?
Yes, that's what he wore. Because you turned up late after that, innit?
Yeah. Oh, that's
and
nice.
he had his shades on, and I love when he wears his shades because I get artist vibes from him, And when he's on set, he means business. It's not business like he's too serious, but it's business like, I'm here to represent myself as an artist. So he stood out for me as an artist. And also, Roddy Irie. Roddy Irie was epic. Roddy Irie's fashion was, I love it. The man was in, it was a 3-piece, because he had the, He had the waistcoat and the blazer to match. Like it was kind of like a Versace kind of fabric, and he had a bow tie. Yeah, he had. I'm not crazy about the bottoms that went with it, but it worked. If you know what I mean. If you had shown me that and say this is what he's gonna wear, I'd be like, But the fact that. And the way he performed, I'll talk about that later. Everything just went well together. For me, he's the top swag boss that night. The swag was A1. I loved it. I can't fault it. Also, I want to say Khadija, the female, she actually did, her outfit was nice. It was simple yet nice because she had some red boots on. I've got those red boots, but it's not just because I got the red boots. Was she the one that performed it
already?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Come give me Beyonce vibe. I was like, yes, girl power and all of that. Yeah. But yeah, her outfit was cute as well. You could tell that she made a little bit of an effort, and yeah, I liked it. Yeah. So that's the swag right there. Oh, and of course you have to talk about my swag because, hold on a second, you got man like Zeke's, on the live the next day talking about, I look like one of them girls from Neasden. Don't know what that means. Well, it's a compliment. But yeah, and he's obviously in the live saying that he loved what I was wearing, etc. And people were talking about my hat. I love my hat as well. It's not actually my hat. I borrowed it, I'm not going to give my soul.
Oh, I know who you borrowed the hat from. Oh my God. Because I was thinking, I know all of this girl's hat. Where did she get this mustard hat from? Now I know. You should have said it was yours. I don't know where you get that from.
That's okay. It's not really a secret because when I got there, one of the artists was like, that they look for me. Like, shut him out. Yeah, so yeah, thank you for the hat. The first act of the night, and I was more than honored to introduce this act because not only, obviously, I love music, he's an artist, but he's also a friend of mine. And I was more than honored to welcome Beans Jason to the stage. He's an up-and-coming artist. He was doing his thing, and the fact that he took part in that showcase, I was excited for him. So my intro, I feel like my intro could have been a bit more though, because you know what I mean? It's Beans, it's Jason, but yes, Beans' performance for me was great, okay? No, I'm going to take that back. It wasn't great because I still feel like there's more. But it was very good, and it's better than a lot of the performances that I've seen Beans done in the past. He seemed very comfortable up there on the stage. I can't remember what he was wearing, but knowing Beans, it was probably a t-shirt. Yeah.
It was black shirt, black jeans.
Yeah, maybe his jacket. I can't even remember if he had his jacket on.
I didn't see him in a jacket, but I saw him in a black t-shirt. I'm sure it was black t-shirt.
Yeah, so he was the opening act, and he brought Trev on stage as well. I'll go stream their song My Class out now by Beans Jason and T-Rev. Okay, V, what did you think about Beans?
I think Beans was excellent. I was actually watching him when I was getting ready at home, and I was like, yeah, Beans, my artist, you don't know. Yeah, I love the way he's got a lot of confidence now, like compared to when I first met him when I was doing the cypher in the summer. Like, Beans is Beans, the artist, Beans Jason, yeah. So I love the way he's brought himself now, and I just see more coming from him. Beanie G, you always bring that energy, and one thing I have to say about you is your personality comes across so much in your music, and I feel like that it gives you a big main before you even start performing. So definitely it was a lively performance, and you did all your songs, when you drop the belly dancer rhythm, obviously, people, start getting movements and stuff, and I loved it. So you don't know. Yeah, what have you got to say?
Okay, so for me, Beanie G, he doesn't look like a typical artist in his appearance and his presence, and whether some people take that on board or not, it's a part of the package. When X Factor is saying you've got the X Factor, you got it all. But when he does spit his lyrics and he's performing, I see artists, and I always enjoy watching Beanie G perform. On that night, it was no different. He delivered, he done his thing, and what I loved particularly about him when he was performing, he wasn't giving us the whole track. He was like, verse, chorus, next song. That's what I love it. If everyone performed like that, I wouldn't have been so hungry at the end of the night, and the show would have done quicker, and we would have still been wanting more of the act. Again, I introduced DJ Dio to the stage. His performance was a DJ Dio performance. I don't know what to expect, or not that I don't know what to expect. I got what I expected. Next time or sometime, I'm thinking, I like surprises. Okay, and I keep talking about Lil Keish because she always surprises me when she performs. I like surprises, but it doesn't take away from the fact that he did do a good job. He done his thing and he left to go to another show. Roddy Irie's performance was iconic. It was memorable. It was very energetic. It was all over the place, as in he covered the areas, you know, like as a dancer, when you're doing moves, you need to use your space. Roddy, as a performer, used the space. He utilized everything in there. He was up close to the camera. He had angles. He had boom. It was like, yo, yes, Roddy was... It was my first time actually seeing Ronnie perform, and I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Had it not been for one act, which I will say at the end, I would have said that Ronnie was my favorite to watch. But you see, this next act, they're my absolute favorite. Ronnie's my second favorite. He killed it. He did his thing. I can't imagine that he needed to do any better. I was impressed, you know. And then of course he brought on Khadija on stage, and girl come with the Beyonce vibe, like. Girl, like, she killed it, you know, and she wasn't shy. She was in her element, doing her thing, and still was having fun with it. And I love that. I want to see more of Khadija. After that, there was Mommy Marissa that came on. First time again seeing this artist, and that's what I love about these showcases. I see a lot of talent that I never would ordinarily see. Like, I might hear about them but not see them perform. And Baby Girl started with a song that had melanin in the title, and once she said that, my ears popped up like, what you saying about melanin now? And she did her thing there on stage. She had a sweet voice as well. Her stage presence was A1. I enjoyed watching her. And of course, I want to see her again to see if she can do any better than that, or if that was just a fluke or whatever. You know how it is. So yeah, go.
Yeah, for me, I really enjoyed Roddy's performance as well. Like, he definitely brought his vibe, you know. It was a completely different vibe from all the other artists. So that was in itself like a whole atmosphere to take in. It wasn't just, you know, listen to his songs. You had to watch him, listen to him, all of that with, you know. Yeah, but so I did enjoy his performance, and I did enjoy when he brought on Khadija as well. You know, I love when women are confident in their own bodies and them just bring it. And yeah, I could see that in her, and it makes her a great performer.
Okay, and of course there was an intermission, and Up and Live played for about 15-20 minutes, I think, and their juggling set was really good. I enjoyed it. I felt like I wanted to go party afterwards. But I'm tired of the intermissions now. They're too long. There are too many DJs doing the thing. It's not a party. Even though I did enjoy it, it's like I want to see a stage show. I want to constantly see boom, boom. In 5 minutes, I want to go through an array of emotions rather than I dance and I say, and I sing along. I don't want that. There are other lives available for us to do that. I feel like there are too many DJ sets there. Although I did enjoy them, but there are too many.
From the angle of I'm coming there, so for me it was like, okay, it's cool. So I didn't really tap into it too much. It was just like, okay, DJ playing now, waiting for the next artist. I was just waiting to see the next person that's gonna come on.
There we go. And I think I forget the order now, but one of the acts that did come on afterwards was Kilowatts. What's your thought on his performance?
You know, fresh boss Kilowatt, like Johnson knapsack from back. He had this little knapsack on him back and thing.
Like male Dora.
Yeah,
and that's the vibe I got. Dora the Explorer. Or Doro.
She said male Dora. What's wrong with this guy?
Wait, go back.
Whatever, anyway, yeah. No.
Backpack.
Idiot.
No, he can play on that though. Think about it. I would.
Okay, well, yeah, that's just safe for playing that. But yeah, Kilowatt came and did his thing. He had a lot of energy. Me and him get a couple forward in the room as well. So yeah, I think he did all right. And he looked like he enjoyed it. When he came off, he was smiling. So I love to see when an artist has just performed and they look happy about what's happened on stage. I think that's like, you know, the after effect is lovely to see. So I think he was all right. What do you think?
Well, that's good that you saw that he was happy, because music is supposed to make you feel things, and if it makes you feel happiness, that's great. I can't even remember his performance, really and truly. I just remember the backpack. And he said, the one who went at the back door, and I thought he was going to show me. That was the highlight of his performance for me, because that's all I could genuinely remember. He did do Pagans. I do know that song. And maybe it's also down to the fact that I don't know a lot of his songs. So when he was performing, I couldn't really engage, or that's why it's not memorable. But A for effort. Thanks for showing up, for showing out and representing UK dancehall and doing your thing on stage. Birthday.
Oh, fall in love. No, wrong song.
Girl, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Your night. so it don't really matter. Yeah, when you were singing, I was singing along, so you don't know birthday. I always enjoy birthday performance.
Yeah.
However, birthday, one thing me have to say is I want to hear some more birthday songs, okay? Like, I know those songs, and it's nice that when you're performing, I can sing along to them, but I'm ready for a new birthday now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready for a new birthday.
Fair
yeah,
enough.
that's the only thing I have to say, but I think your performance was great. But I'm really looking forward to a new song from you. A new, I'm gonna spend some, something.
Yeah, birthday songs are definitely catchy, and you know, like a couple of his songs are actually my favorite songs.
Definitely.
But as you said, his performance was great. For me, it wasn't. I've seen better from Birthday, and one of my best performance of him was when he was on the Black Knight Valentine's show, and he dances as well. Yeah, he dances well, so he does a little incorporate that a little bit more. I know Kayla came on stage because obviously I was like, Kayla, they wanted somebody to dance. I call Kayla because I know Kayla's she's a good dancer, you know. And he played on that very well, interacted with her, and you know, it was good. His performance was good. No fault, just I want more, and we want new music. Yeah. Mr. Landlord himself performed on stage, and he was so humble. He was there the whole time, standing behind the bar, waiting for his turn on stage, but he was, you know, listening and appreciating other acts, and I really like that about him. He entered the stage and done his thing, and even though Danny, my co-host, was interrupting him a lot, he was very polite and decent about it. Like, he would have got on my nerves, but I could see that he wasn't crazy about the fact that Danny was doing it, but he was being a gentleman, he was being professional, and I'm like, it's not a dance, it's a stage show. Like, let the acts do their thing. You know, if it was me, I would be like, I'd have been like Shanti. If you never watched, wait, I'll talk about Shanti soon. Yeah, but IOP did really well, and obviously he performed Landlord. I love that song, and Jaja bless me. Yeah. And I'm just like, I was in the corner like, yes.
Rastafari.
Hey. Yes, IOP, big up yourself as well. And obviously there's somebody doing this for a while and older than a lot of the guys on stage, you know, as an elder yourself. Not that he's old, you know what I mean. For actually turning up. No, but not in a shady way.
But it's not in a shady way.
No, but for real, for turning up and actually holding your own and doing the thing that gives us some variety. We didn't have to wait for reggae night to hear some maturity. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Then let me talk about IOP first, and then we can move on. Okay. Yeah, I think IOP did really well. That was one of the sets that I actually enjoyed the most in my time.
Did you say sex?
You get your brain out the gutter, yeah. That is one of the sets that I enjoy because I was actually in the room, standing right there. I could see him doing his thing, and yeah, when I came in anyway, you know, we, you know, ear up each other, and then he just went on, and, you know, Jaja bless me. Yeah. You don't know, I'm a listener of that song. I love that song. A long time the song there come, and right now it's like it's in here. It's a part of our brain. Wiring. So yeah, so you don't know, IOP, big up yourself for that, and obviously. Well, you know, I used to go hard when he grew up and yeah, you did sing. The next act on was none other than Mr. Take It Slow himself, Kofi Brain. And I'm gonna make you go first about his performance.
I enjoyed Kofi Brain's performance. I was actually impressed and surprised of his stage presence, his delivery, and the fact that I'm watching the concentration level was real, but he was still, even though he didn't interact with the audience as much, it's because it's a stage show. I know it's not a stage like big in an arena, but there were people around, and there was, I'll talk about those other acts who actually did interact with the people them around, and I love that because that's the whole point of being live, you know, one of the main points anyway. But apart from that, his performance was dope. I was impressed. There were people next to me, DJs as well, saying in bad. I was like, all right, calm down. Like, can you just act like normal? Like, yeah. So Kofi Brain, well done.
Yeah, and I was a part of that performance as well, and I just have to say, yeah, I think he really brought it that night, you know, different style than most other people, and I think he's got a unique sound, so definitely, yeah, one to watch.
QD Empress, again, another artist that's the first time I've seen her in action, but I thoroughly enjoyed her set. She's a little cutie, like, for real, like she is. And her energy is really nice. My first time meeting her, love her energy, her voice, and her performance was like, so like cute, but like talented and like, do you know what I mean? Yes. dblacks performed as well, and Okay, so this is the thing with me and dblacks with his music. I know he works hard. I know he really wants this, but there's just something that's not connecting with me and dblacks when I hear him. Like the last song he done, woo, that one took the biscuit. That one was the one. But the rest of them, not memorable. No, but I love the fact that you were out there doing your thing. But for me, it wasn't something that I was crazy about watching. Redman UK, first time seeing him perform as well. And what's that word?
I don't know.
I'm trying to find a word. I'm trying to find another word. I can't remember what happened. And I don't have Dory. Is that fish, Dory? I don't have Dory brain because my brain's quite good. Like, because I do, like, I remember scripts and stuff. It's just, come on, when you have so many people on the bill, you need to be boom. You know, and not everyone's going to be able to be boom. So I hope that when people do hear this, they don't think that, well, I'm coming for them in a personal kind of way or whatever. If you take it personally, then okay. But I was watching it and I'm like, it's not memorable. He had these shades on. I think he had hoodie on or something. He could have been anybody performing. I don't know who he was. Like, you're in people's business. Like, this is a people's business. We're supposed to know who we're dealing with. I don't know who you are, sir. I could see you tomorrow and I don't know who you are. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Because I know what Redman looks like normally and we talk. Yeah. I know what he looks like. But, yeah, I've not seen him perform for a very long time. So I do feel like it's an emerging, like coming back onto the scene kind of performance, maybe. Yeah, so I haven't got much to add.
Yeah, and I feel like he was a little bit too rude to DJ Classic as well, because Vibes Classic was on there doing his thing, and I get it, the rhythm was, because people are like, level it, all of these kind of language we want to use in a music world, and Classic weren't really doing what people were saying, and we still have to have some kind of respect for each other. I get it can be irritating, but even during the break, maybe those were a good time to use the intermission to speak to the DJ and say, when you're doing my thing, can you please do it? Because then, as a first time seeing you perform Redman UK, I'm like, I'm not crazy about you because of that, and I'm going to keep it 100. I might see you perform next week and be like, yes, you're a dope artist, but the fact that you started off like that, it left a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah. Okay. So dblacks and
dblacks. Yeah, dblacks. I haven't got much to say. I think like he brings across the same way he does on the tracks in a sense. I don't know, a bit disconnected, but in a sense, I feel like that is his style.